But the very first conversation we had, I told Frank, I said, so much of my time, I feel like I'm just pulling a boat through mud. And so when I had that conversation with Frank for the first time, he basically said, well, that's what we do. We help you figure out what's the best way to communicate, what's the best way to organize, what's the best way to get the best out of your people. And so that's really what I was looking for when I met with Frank, was to go from feeling like I was pulling a boat through mud to things just happening seamlessly and every day not feeling like it was a tragedy or a knockdown, drag out fight to get things done. I became that ball of clay in Frank's hands and I said, just tell me what you want me to do. All right, I'll be open and vulnerable and we'll dig into everything else. And that's really what we did. We started looking at the individual first, not just myself, but the rest of my team. That process with Frank really kind of led us down that path of looking inward first, looking at ourselves, how we deal with issues and problems, and then trying to say, okay, I'm going to work on things in me that will have a direct impact or a direct correlation to me being better at my job. And when those things start to work together, the personal and the work, it makes you better with your family, it makes you better with your community, it makes you, I believe, just a better human being. But after working with Frank and really getting into the organizational structure, the flow of information, down to completely identifying and defining what our culture as an organization really is, and explaining that to every single employee at every single level of the organization, getting everybody 100% on the same page, and then creating an organizational structure that addresses how information flows from top to bottom, which problems are escalated to the CEO and which are not, but also we learned how to empower each other and to empower our subordinates to solve problems that were within their capability. The underlying message that we got from him was that you just set the expectations. You set the standard, you set the culture, and then you just hold people accountable to it. We were shocked at how much just clearing up those lines of communication, how much better that made our days go. It just made everything flow easier.